Greetings once again, spacefaring adventurers. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with Eden Zero. Previously, the battle against the forces of the Edens 1 continues, thanks to the transformation of Moscow into Cosmo, the Space Butler, and his energy bondage techniques. As well as Pino awakening and activating her EMP, disabling Clown. Another one bites the dust. While Hermit still contends with the programming that Killer put into the Eden Zero that would cause it to self-destruct. Witch continues to face off against Wizard, with them both going into their overdrive mode. Although I could have sworn Wizard's overdrive mode looks a lot like his battle dress. Not certain. Homura and Valkyrie are facing off with God Aknoella and Brigadine, respectively, and all the while Shiki has infiltrated the Edens 1, coming face to face with Lightning Law, who causes even down Skull soldiers to rise well beyond their breaking point. Naturally, Shiki's empathy towards automatons ends up somewhat being his undoing, as Lightning Law takes his opportunity of Shiki being off kilter to seemingly stab Shiki through the heart. Is this the end of our boy? And why is it that 20,000 years ago, a human witch wanted to name her unborn child Shiki? What is happening? What does it all mean? Join me as I find out, won't you? Alright, Eden Zero, Chapter 262. Just one more time. Sorry, I love Daft Punk. And, Rebecca looking at her foot. Just happy lying on the bed, lifting his foot up. Mashima and your fetishes. Boobs, butts, and feet. This man. Then again, it helps his heart beat so good. Yeah, sure enough, we pick up with Lightning Law having stabbed Shiki straight through the heart. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. I am very musically inclined today. Shiki coughs up blood. Lightning Law looks on with a sinister, malicious grin. Lightning Law retracts his hand, and as Shiki doubles over in pain, oof, man. Lightning Law does not waste no time. He goes straight to chop off Shiki's head. It's like, no, I'm not gonna play around and think, oh no, he's dead. Yeah, I don't have to worry about it. It's like, no, I'm turning his head over to void. Literally. But before Lightning Law can fully bring his hand down, something gleams down the corridor. Lightning Law barely catches sight of it as Jesus, none other than Rebecca, comes zooming in on her Leo Starfighter, ramming right into Lightning Law. Dang, Rebecca! Oh, man. See, this is why Rebecca is one of my favorite heroines that Mashima's ever created, cause she does not play around. But Lightning Law has managed to, withstand the hit. He raises his hand that begins to glow, and Rebecca is shocked. Oh dang. As one touch of Lightning Law's hand to the Starfighter completely disassembles it around Rebecca. And good on Mashima working in that butt shot. Like, that is, like, right up the crotch. Ooh, Rebecca manages to stick the landing, for the most part. She then calls out to Shiki, who hits the ground with a thud. She cries out to him, running over to his unconscious body, as Lightning Law just watches, smiling. It's a hell of an entrance, I don't know who made the better entrance. Lightning Law just coming in and straight up ganking Shiki, or Rebecca just saying hello with a Starfighter to the face. Oh man. I know I should be more worried because, Shiki, hole in his chest, but it's not the first time we've seen Shiki die. As Rebecca holds up Shiki's seemingly lifeless body, she cries out, no, tell me this isn't happening. Shiki. Tears began welling up in Rebecca's eyes. She thinks to herself, if I could just turn back time. Man, there are so many song references to me in this chapter. Even a few minutes but I can't control time in this world. But then Rebecca is shocked by something. She thinks, who says I can't control time? I think Mom was only guessing about that. I should be a little peeved, but at the same time, how would Rachel know that you can't control the flow of time in that universe? I mean, Universe Zero might be a hard universe to get through the means of time travel, but now that they're here, who says they can't control time in this universe to some degree? I mean, we're not talking about hopping to another timeline, just reversing the flow in this timeline. That theoretically should be possible, because the way Cat Leaper usually works is you can reverse time in the timeline that you're in, altering events to a certain degree, or you could hop to an alternate timeline. So, as long as Rebecca stays in this timeline, it should still work. Yeah, Rebecca thinks to herself, tears still welling and dripping from her eyes. I might not be able to jump to another universe, but there's still time leap. Maybe I can still use the cat power. Rebecca's ether gear begins to activate. Lightning Law watches, questioning, ether gear? Rebecca, still cradling Shiki's body, begins to glow. She thinks, please, please, please. But Rebecca screams out, it's no use. I don't feel like it's even close to activating. But then she remembers something back in the bath, which told her, but of course, it is in the nude that one can most easily activate the ether in their body. Really? During this tense moment, and Rebecca takes a moment and she strips, from taking off her shirt to her skirt, much to Lightning Law's shock, like, excuse me? I probably have about the same reaction, like, is there a reason you get naked? And Rebecca, fully nude, cradles Shiki's body, screaming out, please, just one more time. One more time. I'm sorry, I'm undercutting the tension of this. She says, let me use the Cat Leaper power. Rebecca's ether gear continues to power on. She continues to strain to activate her power. Energy continues to emanate from her body. And Lightning Law watches in shock, questioning, what is going on? And finally it happens. Time rewinds. Rebecca finds herself back in her starfighter, making her way through the Eden's One. She calls out, I'm back, with joy, but a crack appears on the left side of her cheek, almost making its way up to her eye. Rebecca winces in pain, but she ignores it, calling out, I have to hurry. Etherlink, online. And she races further down the corridor. Yeah, so Shiki straight up died. Dang. Shiki, you've died so many times, buddy. We pick back up with Shiki being rushed by the skull soldiers, controlled to the point of breaking and beyond by Lightning Law. Shiki calls out in desperation, aren't you broken enough? As Lightning Law smugly says, you will serve me until there's nothing left of you but a single screw. And as Shiki desperately calls out to Lightning Law to leave them alone, Lightning Law readies himself, ready to go in for the killing blow. But before that, in comes Rebecca, firing her guns from the Leo Starfire at Lightning Law. As she calls out for Shiki, Lightning Law is taken aback as he defends himself from the blast. And as Shiki sees Rebecca and questioningly calls out to her, she opens the hatch of her starfighter, reaching out her hand. Shiki sees her and says, that crack on your face. But Rebecca grabs him by the hand, taking him along, as she says, come on, we're going further in. But Shiki continues on, questioning, did you turn back time? I swear. Trigger words, man, trigger words. But Rebecca ignores this, and ignores the pain throbbing on her left cheek. But Lightning Law, he readies an attack, saying, you won't get past me. But yet another Leo starfighter comes rushing in, and a figure emerges, leaping from the cockpit, as Laguna kicks Lightning Law in the face. Yeah! Oh, man. See, this is what I was kind of ready for. I'm like, Lightning Law can't be Shiki's opponent right now. I don't really like it I like it better when we have different 1v1s. And it looks like Lightning Law is going to be Laguna's opponent. But it's a water type versus an electric type. Laguna's at a disadvantage. Though I do love that Laguna did so stylishly. Just leaps in, kicks him, and lands with a pose. Finally Laguna gets some time to shine. So that leaves me wondering, does that mean Cryin and Jin will team up against Lady Freya? Because I did think that Lady Freya was being set up to be the opponent of Homura or Valkyrie. Because Jin and Cryin have to have a face-off. Unless maybe they're facing off against Dead and Cure. They did kind of have a bit of a thing with him in the previous universe. So maybe. Regardless. Shiki's taken aback seeing Laguna, as Laguna lands or strikes a pose, as Lightning Law skids across the ground from the crack. Rebecca tells Shiki, yeah, I just called him. Laguna calls over to his allies saying, I'll take care of things here. But an incensed Shiki yells out, no, he's my enemy. I won't let him get away with treating his own crew like they're nothing. But Laguna steps forward saying, don't you mean he's our enemy? Shiki is stunned silent, and as he's carried away, Laguna waves him off. Yes, give me a cool Laguna moment. This final arc has been great. This final arc has been great. Yes, give Laguna a badass opponent. Give it to me. The broken and cracked skull soldiers rise as Lightning Law uses Metal Gore Hypnosis. Or Hypnos, yeah, there we go. And as Laguna is surrounded on all sides by the skull soldiers, Lightning Law smiles a devilish grin saying, kill him quickly. But the skull soldiers don't move. They tremble. Lightning Law questions, what's wrong? Why won't you move? And Laguna simply says, haven't you noticed? Every one of them is crying. Oh. And as all the skull soldiers turn to water with Laguna's ether gear, he tells Lightning Law, they're saying, I don't want to move. Oh, Laguna, you so badass. Yes. Remind me again why Laguna's such a bad motherfucker. Dude, this shot of Laguna with his ether gear activated, he says, with a cold, silent rage, Shiki's fury is now my fury. Yes! That's what's up. I've said this before, but Laguna, Jin, Cryin, we reached a point where it felt like they just did not get enough of a time to shine. It was always Shiki, Rebecca, Wise, some of the shining stars from time to time here and there. Like, once we hit that time skip, a lot of them just kind of fell to the wayside for the most part. And I didn't really like that, because they're such cool characters. And, I really feel like the time skip, they all lost their bite. And when we arrived in Universe Zero and re-met up with a lot of the characters, they had some moments here and there, but even when they regained their memories, it wasn't made as grandiose as a lot of the other characters. So I've just been waiting for them to have their moment. Because if this is the final story arc, give them time to shine. And this, Laguna going up against one of the Eurasian Seds Galactica? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And that's not to say that when Laguna was helping out, Holy, right? Against Cure and stuff like that, it wasn't cool, but it was an assist. Again, not bad, but I want to see Laguna be that dude. And this right here, peak Laguna. I'm having flashbacks to Laguna being a badass back when he was our enemy in the Element 4. Alright, moving on. I got my jimmies all rustled, and once again we end the chapter 20,000 years ago, where the human killer and hermit are meeting with Valkyrie at a restaurant. Or, this seems like an apartment, yeah. They're all sitting down, and Valkyrie says, I can't believe you came all the way across the ocean just to see me. Across the ocean? Oh, okay. Huh, across the ocean. So they were living in America while Hermit and Killer were in Japan? Interesting. Killer says excitedly, I've read all of your essays and theories, Dr. Yuna. Doctor? Okay, so she ain't just a surfer. Interesting. A doctor of what? Astrophysicist? Theoretical physics? Valkyrie smiles, saying, oh, don't be so formal. Call me Yuna. But Killer then notices that Hermit is trembling. He turns worried, questioning, what's wrong, Mio? And Hermit raises her head, and with tears in her eyes, she pleads with Valkyrie. The planet is crying. Please, Doctor. You have to help us. Interesting. I gotta say, I knew Shiki was gonna make it out. There was no way he's losing to one of the friggin' Horatians says Galactica. We're past the point of Shiki losing to those assholes. Though I gotta admit, it's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, Shiki does tend to let his emotions get the best of him. Even with all the experience that he's had, he still is a very emotional guy. I mean, even towards the end of the previous universe, I think back to his last fight in that universe. It was him getting very emotional. So, him being caught off guard, it makes sense. And he doesn't know Lightning Law. He's not a person he ever faced before, so he didn't know what he was up against. Hell, if anything, maybe Shiki was too cocky, thinking, oh, I faced down so many other dudes before, this guy will probably be easy. And Lightning Law caught him slipping. And, oh man, for that discussion in the bath to have led to this, we all knew it was going to lead to this. The moment it was just like, oh, nudity increases the power of your ether gear. It's just like, right. It's just like that one joke from Dragon Ball Z Abridged where Raditz is just like, nudity makes you stronger on this planet. Essentially, that is what it is. But, we all kind of figured at some point Rebecca was going to activate her ability. But at the same time, I continue to be glad that Mashima makes sure that you know that Rebecca doing what she did effed her up. And she cannot do that consistently. We've seen previously how poorly overuse of the cat leaper in a situation where she can't keep repeatedly using it, the kind of damage that can cause to Rebecca. It's a situation where she'll kill herself. She will literally kill herself in the process of doing that. So I continue to be glad he sets those explanations in place to make sure that we know Rebecca and most can maybe do this one more time. But if she does, there will be consequences. Which, good, there should be consequences. And I hope Shiki finds out that it was him not paying attention that caused this. Rebecca using Cat Leaper should have been we're facing the end boss kind of situation. It's kind of like fighting an RPG, and it's like, you get taken down, it's like, here's your one continue, make it count. Ooh, now that I'm thinking about it, with Laguna facing off against Lightning Law, again, awesome matchup. We've seen how powerful Lightning Law can be, and we know how powerful Laguna can be. Let's get it. Maybe, since the only ones who are not currently present are Dead End Cure and Lady Freya, maybe we'll have a tag team fight. Dead End Cure and Lady Freya versus Jin and Klein. Ooh, yes, that's the matchup. That's gotta be it. Ooh, yes, baby. And then I'm supposing that maybe Shiki and Rebecca tag team Void? Maybe Laguna will bust out his overdrive. Because I don't think we've seen Laguna's overdrive now that I think about it. Yeah, we've seen Wise, Rebecca. We've seen Homer, right? I'm pretty sure we've seen Homer. Yeah, Shiki, Homura, Wise, Jin and Klein, Rebecca, Hermit, Pino, Valkyrie, Witch. So we haven't seen Sisters Overdrive. Yeah, I thought we were gonna see that in the fight against Clown, but we didn't. Yeah, that's what kind of made the fight against Clown kind of disappointing, because I'm like, I thought maybe pushing Moscow's button would be what's needed to activate Sisters Overdrive form. That's so weird that we haven't seen Sisters Overdrive. But I'm ready to see the rumble. Let's get it on. I know Void's up to something, though. Battling the space to get to Mother. And we must hit Mother at some point during that fight. And then there's the stuff 20,000 years ago. What is it that's indicating to Hermit that the planet is dying? Because it's not like we've really set up shop in this time frame and seen like ecological disasters. We hear about it, but we never see anything. I mean, shoot, Valkyrie was out during, what was it, a surfing competition? And find out she's a doctor of some kind of, science. Like it has a PhD. That's, I mean, not to talk down to Valkyrie, it's just, I wasn't expecting that. So, we really need to sell what it is that Hermit of the Past is seeing, feeling, and hearing. And how does that relate to the birth of Shiki by Witch? I'm waiting for Mashima to start giving me more breadcrumbs so I can connect these dots already. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you later. Till then, bye-bye.